channel. Happy Wednesday. Today I am here with a little bit of a different video, and I got some inspiration for this one from Whitney Diamond Paints, so I will leave Whitney's channel down in the description box. She posted a video maybe 2 weeks ago at this point, where she shared her updated list of, I think she called it her top 10 diamond painting tools. So I saw her video and I was like, this is such a good idea, especially for newer diamond painters. Now, if you're just starting out with diamond painting, obviously you might not want to invest a bunch of money in accessories. You're working with the toolkit that comes with the kit. We all started that way. I completed maybe 10 or 15 smaller kits before I started investing money into the craft. So today I didn't make like a top 10 list. I just made a list of my must-have accessories when I'm sitting down to diamond paint. Maybe not things that I have pulled out and ready, but things that I have available in my crafting space as a whole. So shout out to Whitney for this video idea. Make sure you check out her video. Make sure you subscribe to her channel. I found Whitney pretty early on in my YouTube diamond painting journey and really love her channel. She has great videos. She finishes so many kits. If you are into budget kits, she has like a, I don't know if she considers it like a series on her channel, but she definitely highlights a lot of budget companies. So definitely keep that in mind. And check out Whitney if you don't mind. So with that, I am going to share with you guys everything that I have accumulated over my years of diamond painting that I consider must-have accessories for me. It is a pretty big list. I do a lot of diamond painting. I finish a lot of kits, and obviously I have this channel. Now, I have, from maybe like a year and a half ago, I have collection videos for all of my diamond painting accessories. If that is something that you guys would like to see updated, please let me know, and I can definitely work on that for the fall time. But for now, it's just going to be a little bit of an overview, and let's get into it. So I have made a couple of different categories for my list, and I'm just going to kind of go through each item and give you a little bit of a description. I'm going to share with you some of my favorite shops where you can pick up the items, and obviously if I leave anything out and you guys want any more information, feel free to leave a comment and I will get back to you as soon as I can. So to me, the most important thing that I have found with diamond painting is a comfortable diamond painting pen. Now, the pen that comes with the canvas is fine, especially if you're purchasing from like Diamond Art Club and you're getting a larger pen. But if you're purchasing from, I don't even have any of the old pens. I didn't have any close that I could find quickly. So I don't have anything to show you guys, but obviously a lot of you are probably familiar with what I'm talking about. The pen that comes with the canvas is so tiny. It's really skinny. And I'm somebody who struggles with undiagnosed carpal tunnel because I'm too scared to have surgery. So I definitely prefer to have a larger pen so I'm not like really gripping super tightly. So I have some of my favorite pens to share with you guys. This is a variety of shops. So the first one that I have here is this beautiful pen. This is from Kevin's DP Creations on Etsy. I will try to remember to link shops in the description box. I'm kind of cutting it a little close, so they might not be there right when this video posts, but I will do my best to get them there. This is a beautiful pen. It is a hybrid. This is wood, and then there's little resin, I'm assuming they're resin hearts that were put in there. It's beautiful. I love this one, and it's super comfortable to hold. It is a pretty decent thickness, and I just find this one really, really comfortable. This is one of my absolute favorites in my collection. I also have some pens from Butterfly Effect Wares. This is another one. I like this company because you can generally you can choose the size pen that you want from them. You don't choose it like custom. They make pens in different sizes and then you can purchase that one. Again, I prefer the little bit of a thicker grip And I find the ones that have like the little dips in the middle, like this one fits perfectly in this little, like, I don't know what this is called, the crook of my hand here. It fits perfectly, so it rests really nicely, and I like the larger tip to place with. Along the same lines, this is a pen from, oh, I don't think this pen shop is open anymore. Actually, maybe this one is. I believe this is from Norse Alchemist. I think I'm thinking of C'est Plus Beau Autour. I do believe Norse Alchemist is still open. They are located in Denmark, if I'm remembering correctly. This is another one that has the dip in the middle, really comfortable to hold. And again, it has like a more, I want to call it a bulbous tip, but I feel like I might get in trouble for that. But really comfortable to hold as well. Another favorite shop is Jim's Handmade Pen Shop. This is a diamond painting pen company that I have been buying for years. I have so many pens from this shop. I find them to be pretty fairly priced and a pretty decent variety of blanks. I haven't purchased from them in quite a while. To be honest with you guys, I have not bought pens in a long time because I have so many. But I would say I have the majority of my pens from Jim's Handmade Pen Shop. And again, the dip in the middle, it just feels really comfortable on my hand and really comfortable to grip. So I think you guys can tell that I have kind of perfected the type of pen that I like. A lot of mine have a somewhat similar style just because I find that the most comfortable to work with. Another favorite company of mine is O'Brien Custom Turning. They also have a Facebook group, which is Handmade Diamond Painting Pens and More. I have a really good amount of pens from them as well. This one I used on I think I used this one on a kit recently. Again, it has the little divot in the middle of the pen, really comfortable to hold. This is the beaver tail, I believe. Is this one the beaver tail? I don't think this one is the beaver tail. They have a beaver tail shape, which is like one of my absolute favorite pen styles, but this one is really comfortable as well. If you're looking for something a little bit smaller, this is from Axe and Iron. Still very comfortable. If you have really small hands, you might like this quite a bit. It still has the dip in the middle of the pen. And there are times where my hand can just get tired from using these much thicker pens that I do like to have some of these smaller ones available. Now, when this company first came out, they were very, very affordable. I think their pens were like $29. I have not shopped with them in a while. I kind of bought over time. I had bought every blank that they had. So there just wasn't anything new for me, but still a really great company. I have spoken to the owner before, who's super nice, and I do really enjoy using these pens. I used one recently for a project, and it reminded me how much I really do like their pens, and this one is just beautiful. And then the last pen I have to show you is from Miss Creations by Danny, and I wanted to show you this company, A, because I do very much enjoy them, but B, because they are so affordable. So these are polymer clay pens, and they're actually built around, if I can get this open, there we go. They're actually built around the pink pen that I was talking about before. They come in different sizes, and these are so comfortable to work with. They are squared off at the tip, and for whatever reason, I just find that really comfortable to work with. Also, they are super lightweight. So if you struggle with your hands, maybe you don't have a ton of like hand strength and using something really heavy can just tire you out over time, definitely try one of these polymer clay pens. You guys know I had to buy this Otter pen when she came out with it, but I think I have like 6 or 8 pens, and they're great. I have used all of them and definitely recommend this shop. So definitely number one on my list is a comfortable diamond painting pen. There's definitely a little bit of experimenting that has to happen. I do have some absolutely beautiful pens that I will use because I own them, but maybe they're not like that perfect shape for me. And I feel like I've kind of really narrowed down to what I find really comfortable in a diamond painting pen. So those are just some of my favorite shops. I have a huge collection. I want to say I've done 2 videos in the past on my diamond painting pen collection, but if you guys would like an updated one, definitely let me know in the comments. The next thing that I find important when I'm diamond painting is a box cutter and some scissors. So I pulled a couple of my cute ones. We have a pineapple and we have a little paw. I use box cutters all the time when I'm diamond painting. I use them to cut my washi tape, which we'll talk about washi tape in a second, and also on canvases that don't have a perforated cover like Diamond Art Club. So if you're working on an older Diamond Art Club or a Dreamer Designs, or I'm currently working on a Diamond Shop, a Craftably if you have one, those canvases didn't come with a perforated cover, so you have to cut your clear cover as you're working on each section. So I like to section my canvas with washi tape, which we'll talk about again in a second. And once I finish a section, I like to cut the plastic cover off. So box cutters are very necessary. I will say, be careful with your box cutter. Do not press too hard through your canvas. I have cut through a diamond painting before, way long ago. It only happened once and it scarred me. So you need a very light hand to cut the cover off of your diamond painting, but a box cutter, love them. Definitely need them right next to me as I'm diamond painting. Same goes for scissors. I feel like this one is probably quite obvious. I got this set in a vinyl toolkit set, but I love them because they have a lid, and you will often see me using these in my kitten chats. So obviously you need them for baggies. Sometimes you can use them for your cover or your washi tape if you don't have a box cutter near you. But it's always nice to have a pair of scissors. Another thing which, I actually did not grab, but that's okay because I have them very readily available, is a pair of tweezers. Now, I like to have a sharp pair of tweezers, and then I also like to have a pair of rounded, dull edge tweezers. I just don't know where mine are at the moment, so I definitely need to hunt those down. Tweezers for lifting up your cover if it's like really tricky and you can't find the edge to lift up the clear cover. If you get drills on your canvas and you want to pick them off with your tweezers, just very handy to have available. So I have multiple sizes, multiple styles right next to me on my drafting table, but I hesitate to think of a kit that I have completed where I have not used tweezers at least once. Now, if you're somebody who places your diamonds with tweezers, shout out to you. I cannot do that, but they do come in very handy. Something that I cannot show you because they are plugged into the wall is a light. I like to have, obviously, overhead light on my canvas, but I actually don't like it to be directly overhead. For example, I have this light right here that I'm filming with. I don't use this one to diamond paint unless I'm diamond painting on video. I have a couple of other lights on my drafting table that I use, but this will serve its purpose. I personally do not like to have direct overhead light on my canvas. It makes the glue too shiny and it's hard to see the symbols. So I like to have lighting on my left-hand side and kind of just off to the side a little bit. I don't want it to be directly over my canvas. I want it to kind of be back here and just tilted a little bit. That is because I am right-handed. So if I have light over here, every time I place my hand down to diamond painting, I'm creating a shadow. So I don't like light coming from the right-hand side. I like it to come from the left-hand side, and I like it to kind of be like up towards the screen on the upper left-hand corner up here. I don't like it to be right over my canvas. It's such a weird thing, but it's something that I've just noticed over time as I have diamond painted. The next thing on my list is wax and putty. So I have some options here for you guys. Now, my absolute favorite thing to use in my single placer is a micro glue dot. This roll came to me rolled backwards, so my little dispenser actually doesn't work. So hopefully my next roll will come rolled properly. But if you guys can see, they are so tiny. These are micro glue dots. I recommend the micro ones. I know some people will use like just the regular size. I like to take 3 of the micro glue dots and I roll them together into a little log, and then I push them into my single placer. One fill of micro glue dots could last me multiple kits. Now, I use a different pen for each diamond painting that I work on, so that doesn't really work for me, but are any of these empty so I can show you guys? Yeah, this one's empty. Okay, so I will take 1, 2, 3 micro glue dots, so you can see them right there. I will roll them together into, sorry, I have eczema on my hands, so my hands are so gross right now, like that. And then I will just kind of stick it in to the single placer, and I will just kind of like roll it right in. And you can see that it is flush with the brass part there. This will last me for an entire diamond painting. I will not need to fill my single placer again. And if I use the same pen from kit to kit, I would guess that I could probably finish 3 to 4 diamond paintings without having to refill my single placer. Now, I personally use my multi-placer more than anything. Even when I'm single placing, I will still use my multi-placer. So it could be that I just don't use this a ton. I do use it as I work on a canvas, but I love the micro glue dots. I have not found anything that comes anywhere close to the micro glue dot. It is just my preferred item, material, I guess, to have in my single placer. If I'm working on a canvas that is either like not really sticky or has a ton of special drills and I'm struggling with the glue dot, these are super sticky. So if you have a canvas that doesn't have a ton of glue on it, sometimes it can be hard to get your drills to release from the micro glue dot. And sometimes special drills can end up pulling out the glue dot as well. I will use regular wax. Now, I got this pack off of Amazon years and years ago. You can see how much I still have in it, so I don't use it a ton. But this is just like the little cheapy wax that you get in the diamond painting kit. So this is definitely not a necessary purchase, but I'm a little over the top and I liked the idea of having colored wax that I could match to diamond painting. So that's why I have this. I think it was like $5 at the time, and it has lasted me a very, very long time. So if you are somebody who works with a lot of special drills, or, you know, maybe you just don't want to get all fancy schmancy and you want something basic, this works really, really well. I will also use this in my multi-placer if I have difficult drills that I'm working with. Sometimes I'll have a second pen that I will keep just loaded with this type of wax in the single and multi-placer, just so I don't have to figure things out. You know, I can just move back and forth between the two pens as needed. And then for my multi-placer, I am a putty girl through and through. So these are just a few of my favorites. Putty Ella Mud is really great. It's a little bit of a drier formula. NYX's Notions. I don't remember what, oh, this one smells so good. I don't remember what she calls her putty. This is one of my absolute favorites. I will say if you live in a really hot climate, I don't know if this one will work for you. This is kind of like a gel putty hybrid. It's just a different texture. It's a little bit more stringy, which I like. It just works really well for me. I have completed diamond paintings where I have not had to refill my multi-placer once. I fill it when I start the kit and it lasts me through the entirety of it. So I really do like this putty quite a bit. And then another company that I like is Excuse Me Designs. They don't come in these little containers anymore. They come in baggies like the Putty Ella Mud, but I've had really good luck with this putty as well. I need to pause for 1 second. I need to grab a drink, so I'll be right back. Okay, since we just talked about wax and putty, we might as well talk about tips. So I have tried all different kinds of diamond painting pen tips. Like everything on the market, I have tried at least once, and I always just come back to plastic tips. So you can see in this pen, these are Diamond Art Club steel tips or metal tips. I have some of the metal ones from Amazon. These ones are everlasting tips, so the single and the multi-placer. I always come back to the OG, the brass single placer and the thin plastic tip. I don't know why. It's one of those things where I feel like I don't need all the frills. I just need the basics. These work the best for me. So a brass single placer, you can buy these if you want to. With the older Diamond Art Club kits and other diamond painting kits, I would just pull the single placer out of the pen that they sent. That's why I have so many. And then my favorite multi-placer is the Thin 7. This is just the best. I love the Thin 7. It's just enough drills for me to feel comfortable knowing that my drills are going to be straight. Sometimes when I get a lot, any bigger than that, I feel like my lines are just wonky. I do have some, you know, if I'm working on a really color blocky piece, I will use the larger ones. But if you're looking at my pen, chances are it has a 7 placer on it. That's just kind of my sweet spot. So if you are newer to diamond painting and you're thinking about trying the metal tips, I would definitely say, hey, if it's in your budget, give it a go. But I also would say don't feel bad if you don't buy the metal tips, because for me personally, they're just not the best. I don't love them. I would say that if I had to choose, I guess I would say the Diamond Art Club ones just because they're thin. My problem with the everlasting tip ones, which I was all about everlasting tips when they were super, super popular back in the day. I bought one of every size. I had all the different single placers. I spent so much money and I don't even use them. I was actually buying them to put into my favorite pens, thinking like, this is gonna make these pens even better. And I just find the well to be too thick. It's too much. It's too much wax. And then they just kind of hit the lines on the tray for me. It's just not the perfect tip for me. Now, absolutely no hate to the owner of Everlasting Tips. I have spent money. I still use them. I know there are people that absolutely love them, so I'm not trying to start anything at all. They just didn't work for me, and that's definitely something that you're going to have to work through when it comes to diamond painting. Something that I've shown you here that I have said, oh my God, I love this item so much. You might be like, what are you talking about? Like, that is the most useless accessory. And that's just crafting in general as a whole. Everybody has preferences, things that work for them might not work for you. So just keep that in mind. But for me personally, stick to the basics, a brass tip and a thin 7 placer or whatever multi-placer you like. And that is coming from someone who is a hard presser. I have definitely broken my fair share of these plastic tips, but all you need to do is take a pair of pliers, you know, gently wiggle it out of the hole here and you're good to go. So keep that in mind. Let me know in the comments if you are a metal tip person or a plastic tip person. I'd like to know. Okay. Next up, a cover minder. I love cover minders. If you guys have been here, I have shared my cover minder boards a few times at this point. I have a huge collection. They were my weakness for a while when I first started diamond painting. I actually have not bought a cover minder in a very, very long time, but I love them. So my favorite shop for these like plastic ones is Galloway's Gallery. Galloway's Gallery is great. They have so many options, a huge variety. If you're somebody like me who likes to match your accessory to your kit, you can kind of put in the theme that you're looking for, and chances are they have something available. And they come in these really cute, like hand-sewn, like bags. I have so many. They're great. I love Galloway's Gallery. And then for wooden minders, I really like Mad for Minders. I have a ton of minders from other companies, but those are the two that kind of stuck out in my brain. So love me a cover minder. They're the best. I feel like I kind of went a little out of order, so apologies for that. But let's do washi tape. I love washi tape. I use 2 rolls of washi tape for every single diamond painting that I work on. I do have a pretty large collection of tapes, something else that I have not purchased in quite a while. My favorite place to buy washi tape is Amanda Michelle Designs, and that is where this one is from. So this is the tape that I'm using on my current project. Really pretty. It has gold foil. I love this one. I actually saw someone saying that they thought they didn't sell this one anymore. I wish I could remember who it was, but I was actually on Amanda Michelle's website the other day and I did see this tape. So if you commented you couldn't find this one, it is there. I don't remember the name of it, but it's there. So maybe take another look. So I use the thicker tape around the border of my diamond painting, and then I also use it to create sections. Let me actually just hold on one second. I'll grab my diamond painting so I can show. Okay, this is my current whip. We kitted this one up together on Monday, but you can see here along the outside that I have the washi tape along the border. I do have a cat. I have very long hair, so the little overhang of glue that you can see on most diamond paintings would get very messy if I didn't cover it in tape. I would also just be like sticking to the canvas, and I don't like that at all. So I always use it around the border of my canvases. And then on diamond paintings, basically any other company than Diamond Art Club, since Diamond Art Club now does the perforated cover, I will create my own sections. So you can see that I have a piece of washi tape going vertically, and then I have some pieces going horizontally. These will just mark out my sections, so I can then take my box cutter and I can cut this little strip here, fold it up, and then I can diamond paint this section. So that's how I use washi tape. That is how I've done it for a very long time now. I used to use release papers. I was a faithful release paper user, and then I figured out how to do the washi tape method, and I've never gone back. It's just my preference at this point. So recommend, if you haven't tried it, giving it a go. I do have a video on how to do that, and I don't know, something about being able to see like my next section, especially when I'm using special drills, it just works really well for me. And then for the thin washi tape, I use this on my containers. So again, here are my containers for that diamond painting. And you can see here that I have a piece of thin tape right under my label. And this just makes taking the labels off so much easier. Let me actually grab, these are from my last project, but if you guys can see here, you pull up the tape and it takes the whole label off. No residue, nothing to fight with. So I really do like using a piece of washi tape, which reminds me, I left a tool out. I'm gonna have to find that in a minute. I'll track that down in a second. So that is the washi tape. Kind of tied in with the washi tape would be a ruler. This is like a sewing ruler. I love these. They're the best. I have a 3-pack from Amazon in a few different colors, and I would use this to create those sections that you saw. So generally I tend to keep my sections around like the 15 to 20 centimeter range. That just works well for me. I feel like I can finish that in an evening, and this just helps me measure them out. Obviously you don't have to measure sections. I prefer to. I like when my sections are somewhat evenly spaced for my progress photos over on Instagram. The next thing is, at this point, kind of an obscure item. I do not use this very often, but I had to use it for my most recent kitting up, which is the kit I just showed you. This is a Xyron sticker maker. These were so hard to find when diamond painting first took off because none of the companies came with sticker sheets. They were just pieces of printer paper that we had to cut up ourselves. So what you do here is you put in a little, you know, your strip of labels or sticker, things you need to be stickered, if that makes sense. And then you just pull this through and then you rip it off, and the back makes it a sticker. So I've used this in many videos before. I don't actually know how hard these are to come by anymore. I will say I still have the same roll of adhesive since I got the thing. So I've had it a very long time and it's worked great, no complaints. I know you can get like really fancy ones, but this little basic one is all I need. I use it very, very infrequently. I think this is the first time I've used it in a couple of years, which is what prompted me to add it to my list. And then, okay, I have 2 more things, but then I have to go find something. So really 3 more things. A dryer sheet. If you watch my kitting up videos somewhat frequently, I get so frustrated with static in my drills, and a dryer sheet just saves the day. I know that a lot of people use different things. I think some people use, is it rubbing alcohol? I think rubbing alcohol. I still haven't tried that. I know some people put their drills in the freezer. I have just stuck by Old Faithful dryer sheet and it works pretty well for me. Can't complain too much. Something that I like to have when I'm kitting up, so I guess not necessarily a diamond painting tool, is a mini trash can. Now, I used to have a mini trash can. It broke and I never replaced it. I recently replaced it with this one from Target. I got it for like $4 on the Target week sale, whatever that was called. And it's perfect. This one has like the little weighted lid. So I just stick my baggies or my sticker remnants right in there and I'm good to go. This will probably hold like 2 or 3 kitting ups and it makes it so much nicer. Usually my desk is a mess when I'm kitting up, and with this, it's just so much nicer. For a bag in here, I just have, what are they called? Like dog poop bags. I don't know what they would be called, but it's the perfect size for this little garbage can. So, oh, it's these right here. Like, you know, dog poop bags, right? Is that what we call them? I don't know. I don't have a dog. I need to go find one more thing, so hold on one second. Okay, last item. Probably one of my most favorite items is this little tool from Kevin's Creations. Kevin's DP Pens? Kevin's Creations? Can't remember. They have 2 different shops. They have a diamond painting shop and then they have like a regular pen shop. So this is their 3-in-1 tool and it is used to open Elizabeth Ward containers. Also, you can use it to take off your labels or stickers from your other storage. And it's just, I love this thing. I use it, I knew I was going to use it a lot, but I use it so much more than I thought I would. And it's just, it's great. I love this little thing. There are times where I'll just be diamond painting and I just like have it on my finger and then I'm diamond painting and then it's time to open a container. And I open it and I'm good to go. So I love this tool. Definitely recommend, if you haven't picked one up yet, giving it a go. Like I said, especially if you use Elizabeth Ward containers. So I think that's everything. No, I didn't talk about trays. I didn't talk about trays. They're sitting right in front of my face, but I didn't talk about them. Okay, really quickly, trays. You know, I had everything all organized in a Google Doc and then my iPad turned off and I just didn't turn it back on. So a diamond painting tray. I like to have a bunch of options. These are just some of my favorites. We have one of the Fine Boy trays from Cat Proof. Comes with a lid. It has like an actual press on lid, which as somebody with cats, to me, this is the way to go. I like having really big trays available because I'm kind of an over pourer when it comes to my diamond painting drills. I like to have a lot of options, so I like to be able to fill this one up quite a bit. I also really like Bijou Bliss. These are magnetic trays. I feel like these magnets are pretty good, but I don't really trust these ones as much around my cat. These ones, I'm like, yeah, okay, these aren't going anywhere. This one, I feel like it fell, like if it falls just right, we could have a problem, but still really nice trays, and I like the grid lines quite a bit. And then one of my first companies, no, actually my first company that I ordered trays from was JH Envision Lab. I still go back to these. They have 2 different shapes. They have the rectangle and the square. I have used so many of these. I have so many colors and I still go back to them. I like them quite a bit. And then the last thing, I promise it's actually the last thing this time, is a trash minder. Now, this is a mini trash minder tray. This is from Wilson 3D Designs. Oftentimes, I will just use an extra container in my storage, or I have a couple of other different little trash minders, but I like to separate all of my trash out from my other drills. I do film post reviews, so I like to be able to have a good idea so I can let you guys know about like the quality of a kit. So I do like to keep my trash drills, and it's just some type of vessel to hold them until I film my video. So I think now I'm done. Now I will say there was no order to this video. Clearly, I went into it thinking I would have an order, and then I just started talking, and here we are. So sorry if it was a little bit disjointed, but I get really excited when I talk about diamond painting accessories. So hopefully you guys found this interesting. Maybe you found a new accessory you want to try out. Make sure you let me know in the comments down below. If you have any questions about any of the shops that I mentioned, please let me know. I will try to get the description box updated as soon as I can with links to everything, but it might not be there right when this video is posted. So also, really quickly, if I didn't mention your shop, it's not because I don't like your shop. It's just I had to kind of narrow it down just a little bit. So I have purchased from a ton of different companies in the past. I have a bunch of other shops that I enjoy quite a bit. These are just the ones that I grabbed first, and obviously I do like them, but there are other companies that I like as well. I would encourage you guys to check out my small shop spotlight series. I believe I have a playlist for that. It's been a little bit since I've done one because I haven't been buying accessories, but I highlight a lot of my favorite companies and new companies, old favorites in that series. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Make sure you let me know if you have any questions down in the comments, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.